listen, if you're in the Discord, I just restarted the live. Give me about 2 minutes to let people start filing back in, and then we'll get back to the conversation, all right? Yeah, give me about 2 minutes to let people start filing back in, and I'll bring the next person up. Who has not come up yet? President came up already. Wheezy came up already. Naughty has not come up. RTH, I think RTH is just chilling. I Motivated has not come up. And High Five Games. So we're going to go in order, and then after that, we're going to come back to President. All right? So we'll go Naughty, Molly, Motivated, High Games, President, and then Wheezy. All right? Give us about 5 minutes, and I will get back to it. What's up with y'all? John, what's up, John? Michael, what's happening? Yeah, guys, like the video, please. Double tap the screen. Sub if you like the content, all right? We got people on the phone lines waiting, so we're gonna get right back to the phone lines here in about 5 minutes. Turn this off now, right? Oh. John said, made it back on time, boss man. Shout out you, John. W said, by the way, I'm High Five Games. Okay, for sure. I'll for sure. Shout out to you, W. Thank you so much for tuning in, all right? I appreciate that. So you don't have to disrespect no one. Disrespectful females can now be Crystals, and stalkers can be Luthia. Oh, you mean like that is our code word? You're saying that's our code word for them? Is if they are, if they're disrespectful, we call them Crystal, and if they're a stalker, we call them Luthia? I get what you mean. That's funny. John said, like, comment, subscribe. What's the order of the speakers? You know what? I was going to put Naughty first, but because you comment in the chat, I'll let you come up first. All right, High Five. I'm going to bring High Five up first, and then we'll go to Naughty. All right. Give me a second, and we're gonna get right back to the phone lines. Absolutely. Shout out to all the mods. John said, I wonder what idiot is up next. John, WJDH is up next. The head agent. I'm waiting for you, High Five Games. All right. You got 2 minutes, or you got 1 minute to present yourself, or I'm moving on. Jindy, howdy, boss. So just to understand a few of your points. For starters, you believe in a geocentric model. I don't believe in any models. All right, just to be clear, I don't believe in any models. But when it comes to geocentrism, I know that geocentrism is a more accurate mathematical model of the world than heliocentrism. And this is based on PhD astronomers and really NASA, if we're going there. This is based on NASA, because when NASA launches their satellites, they launch satellites using geocentric equations. So that means that those equations work better. If the heliocentric equations work better, they would use that. You know what I mean? So it's not that I believe in any model. I'm saying one model works correctly when people need to function on the earth. And it's always the flat earth geocentric model. When they're making up fairy tales, then yeah, I guess the globe. All right, High Five. What's up, man? High Five, are you there? Hello. All right, bro. Listen, I not only did I put you in the front of the line, right? I invited you up here. I gave you extra time. Now you're up here and your mic is not working, bro. I got to put you back in the line, man. It's not meant to be, my man. All right? JT's a little over the line, my man. It's not meant to be, bro. All right? We'll get you when I come back around. I'm sorry, man. These other people have been waiting too. You know what I mean? They've been waiting too. Oh, here we go. Naughty, are you up here to troll us? Naughty, I'm inviting you up, my friend. All right, I guess Naughty doesn't want to come up either. Wow. What are y'all doing? Naughty, are you up here to troll?
Yo, bro, what's up?
What's up with it, man? Are you up here to troll?
Nah, bro, I just get my things right. You know what?
I can't understand you, bro. I cannot understand you.
I want you to teach me how do you think. You know what? What I want to do?
Bro, is this Kevin Hart on your profile picture? Naughty, is this Kevin Hart on your profile picture?
I don't know shit about that. I just picked it off the internet. I liked it.
You just picked a random black guy to put as your profile picture?
A cat, a humanly cat.
What?
That's a humanly looking cat.
That's a human looking cat. Yeah, that's Kevin Hart, bro. All right, that's Kevin Hart, just so you know.
Oh, okay, thanks, yeah.
It's just a little bit awkward to me that you are up here and you barely speak English, which is totally fine, but then you have a picture of Kevin Hart on your profile picture. I'm just trying to understand the obsession. Like what's going on nowadays? Like, really, like, what is going on with you guys? You know what I mean? Like, I would never represent myself as some random white guy. I'm not saying that I'm just saying, like, what are y'all doing? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? All right.
Are you really going to debate about this?
Bro, I can't even understand what you're saying. I can't even understand you, bro.
Hey. Cool down. Don't get your voice up. Let's be cool.
What? What'd you say?
You don't understand?
Don't get my wife up. Don't wake my wife up?
Wait, wait.
I don't have a wife. I'm not married.
I say voice.
I don't have multiple wives. I don't have wives. Listen, I know in your country, listen, I know in your country you guys have a bunch of wives. I don't have wives out here, okay?
Don't try to bait me. I'm keeping my cool. Okay.
Don't try to debate you. Well, why are you up here if you don't want me to debate you?
I bait.
Huh?
Just listen. Do you believe in gravity?
I'm sorry. Do I believe in what?
Sir Isaac Newton.
Do I believe in
Who
what?
gave us the idea of gravity?
Give you the idea of gravity? Is that what you're asking me? Give you the idea of gravity?
Oh, did you listen properly?
Boy, boy, I am trying. All right? I am using every single piece of energy in my body to try to understand what you're saying.
Hey. What I'm trying to say is, do you believe in gravity, the universal law, the inverse square law, and the multiplication product of masses? The law about that. Do you believe in that?
But you had me until you said law. As soon as you said law, it started going off. You're like law, and then blah, 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 blah. And after that, I didn't catch nothing. Listen, I'll answer the first question, all right? Do I believe in gravity? Look, I don't talk beliefs up here, okay? This is not a religious space. When you go to church, that's when you start asking people what they believe in. This is not church. We only talk science up here. If there are no scientific experiments to prove something, then of course I don't believe in it. I don't believe in anything except the scientific method.
For you to believe in gravity, right?
No, gravity's not a scientific theory. I don't believe in anything that's not a scientific theory.
About it's clearly a scientific theory. It's a law, in fact.
No, it's not.
Proven by
No, it's
many
not.
physicists.
You don't know what that word means in English. You're using that word wrong.
Law, as in scientific studies.
You're using that word. Listen, you're using that word law. You're using that word law completely wrong. All right, it's not a law. No, it isn't.
That. Teach me.
I'm teaching you right now. It's not a law. A law is something that happens the exact same way every single time. Gravity don't do that. Gravity doesn't work on helium balloons. Do you see? So gravity is not a scientific theory. It is a mathematical value given to the rate at which things fall. That's it. It's a mathematical value given to the rate at which things fall.
Gravity does affect the helium balloon.
No, it don't.
Gravity
No, it
does
don't.
affect the helium balloon.
No, it don't.
How do you know that it doesn't?
Because the helium don't go down.
Okay. Let me give it another.
I would rather you not, bro. No, I would rather you not. Naughty. No offense, bro. No offense. Naughty. No offense. Okay. Every explanation you're about to give.
I'm trying to keep my truth, you know.
All right. Shout out you, bro. Listen, every explanation that you're about to give, not only have we heard all of those explanations a bunch of times, but I can explain your explanation better than you can, and people can actually understand me while I'm saying it. So I'm not going to go into you explaining to me why you think that gravity still acts on helium even though it goes up. I get it, because you're going to bring up the fact that helium is less dense than the oxygen, which is true, but density is due to gravity. Density is not due to gravity whatsoever. H5 Games said, oh, this is rage bait? You see? No, hey, H5, I just want to let you know, bro. When you called up and I brought you up, that's why the universe made your mic not work. Because they knew that you were an idiot. You know what I mean? See, now you resort to this is just rage bait, right? Well, if you think this is rage bait, bro, why would you be in here? Why would you be in here saying this is rage bait? All right? You have already decided that I'm just doing this to enrage you. That's what you think. Everything that I'm saying, right? All the words, all the books that I'm going into, I'm doing this to enrage you. Oh, well, I don't want to make you mad, bro. So you can get your dumb ass on. All right? No. You're not coming up here anymore, bro. All right? You're not coming up here. Because this is rage bait, right? I don't want you to get angry, My goal is to make people happy. So if I'm making somebody angry, I gotta cut it out. No, I gotta cut it out, bro. Right? I'm rage baiting you, right? I'm rage baiting you. Cool, bro. Yeah. I know. I'm rage baiting you. All right. So take your dumb ass on, so you won't be angry anymore. All right. Get your ass out of my chat, because you ain't coming up. All right. This is rage bait, right? Well, go be happy somewhere. Cap Cole, thank you for the 100. I appreciate that.
Nations, gifts.
Borg said expeditiously. Like y'all got the game messed up. All right? Like the video, please. Sub if you like the content. All right, who's next? All right, let's go with I Motivated. Are you up here to troll?
Hey, I don't know. If you take trolling as a what?
Does anybody speak English? I'm sorry. Do you know what troll means, bro? Do you know what troll means?
I mean, what's general, but I'm asking you, what's your opinion on trolling?
Trolling is when you come up here and you're not trying to participate in the conversation seriously. You're just trying to waste our time. Like a troll. You know what a troll does on the bridge? The troll on the bridge wastes your time until you pay them. So that's what trolls in real life do. They waste your time until you give them your energy. Do you understand that now?
Scammers. So basically scammers.
Bubs, you are correct, but we are leaving that out because that is a censored topic on YouTube, okay? Although you are correct about that.
Well, thank you. So what do you want to debate about?
I don't know you. I don't want to debate with you about anything. Why did you call up? Why the hell did you call?
Because if history is 100% lies, would there be a chance that an Indian scammer could be in World War II fighting for his privileges to get scammed?
Honestly, I'm just gonna ban you, bro. Just in the off chance that you're trolling me. I'm just gonna ban you forever. My spirit is telling me to ban you. My spirit is telling me to ban you. Oh, thank you, RTH. I didn't even see that till just now, bro. Yeah, I didn't see that till just now. I would have. Yeah, thank you, RTH. I appreciate it. I feel it now, though. I feel it. I feel it now. Fuzzy, thank you for the $10. Boss, working hard. Thank you, Fuzzy. Thank you, man. You guys know that I do this for y'all. All right, I put myself through this pain because I know you guys need to hear this. All right, so thank you for that $10, Fuzzy.
Donations, gifts.
All right, let's go with the next person. Guys, do me a favor. Please like the video if you don't mind. And sub if you like the content. Good Guy Activism. Always good to see you, Good Guy Activism. Everyone like and sub. Thank you for that $2. I appreciate that.
Donations. Gifts.
Yep, Studio Fufu, right? Studio Fufu, thank you so much. Mystic, I see you down there, love. Fuzzy said, good guy, thanks. You are a rock star. Absolutely. Thank you for supporting all of us together. Because this is a space for every single one of us, not just me. Ooh, Steen, I invited you up, but you're not coming up, bro. So I'm gonna probably have to drop you down if you don't come up.
Yo.
Are you up here to troll us, bro?
Nah. I actually have a question. I was actually wondering if we can change the topic on something, because I know you're into unconventional theories and ideas and stuff like.
As long as
so I was wondering if you were down
to. Probably not, because you guys don't know how to talk about stuff without censoring yourself properly, or without censoring yourself properly. That's why I keep the subjects to these up here. You can attempt, but if you bring up something that's censored, I'm gonna assume you're a troll and I'm gonna ban you from my chat forever.
All right, man. I mean, you don't have to. You can give me the benefit of the doubt. There's no need to assume I'm a troll, but yeah,
bro,
I'm good to go.
If you knew how often people came up on here and spammed the N-word on me, you would understand my lack of patience with you. You would understand my lack of patience with you, bro.
No, I get that.
Go ahead.
I get that. Okay, look. So it's about the Epstein files. Is that censored?
Damn, you see that? You see that? That's wild. That is wild. Guys, do me a favor. Please like the video. Sub if you like the content. And when you guys come up here and I curse you the hell out, right? When you guys come up here and I curse you out and I don't care about how you feel, now you know why, right? You have no reason to wonder why I'm cursing you out. You see? Cursing you out. Because all of these jealous people love me so much that they will do anything to shut me down and bring me down to their level. Oostin, are you up here to troll?
Hi, no, I'm not trolling at all.
Well, I don't believe you, bro. What's your name?
Houston, you read it yourself.
Okay, my bad. I meant, okay, go ahead, bro. What's on your mind? I meant to say what's on your mind, my bad. D-Sox Gaming said, hold on, real quick. D-Sox Gaming does not know why I just banned him. Wow. Go ahead, Oostin. What's on your mind?
Is that what the person was talking about before?
You're saying what's on your mind is what the person was talking about before?
Yeah, some shit about something.
Yeah, the person that was just up here, got banned for the stuff that they were talking about. So if you want to bring that back up, tread lightly, bro. Tread lightly.
I wanted to talk about something else.
All right. Go ahead.
So, what is the topic that is on your mind?
The 6 topics that are up here on the board.
I can't see the board because I'm in Discord.
Where are you from, bro? Where are you from, bro? If you don't mind me asking. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
Where does it sound like I'm from?
I don't know. The United States.
Not your game.
The United States.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, what part of the United States?
Where in the United States?
Either the East Coast or the West Coast. Not in the middle.
Dude, no.
Where are you from?
It's fucking south.
Why are you cursing, bro?
Oh, my bad. It's south.
What part of the South are you from? Florida?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Florida is basically the East Coast, so I was right. Florida, yeah. There are Florida is basically New York in the South. Yes, it is.
New York in the
It's
South.
100% that.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
You're laughing because I'm 100% right. That's literally what it is.
No, dude, that's right.
Yeah, all the people from New York that hate New York, they also hate California, even though they want to move to California, so they move to Florida, in lieu of moving to California.
But like people in Florida hate New York.
Because their state is being overran. That's why they hate y'all. Because y'all don't stay in your own state.
There's like so many people. There's so many people.
Yeah, it's overran by New York people. That's why they don't like it. And the people in Florida, they left New York because they hate it. Anyways. All right, listen, bro.
Anyways, let's talk about something else.
Okay, listen. Since you asked me what's on my mind, all right? As an American, a Black American whose family was always in America, I have a big problem. With Europeans coming to America, to my land, changing the education system, and then trying to make it seem like I'm dumb. Can I finish? Can I finish, bro? Do you hear me talking though?
Crazy.
Do you hear me talking though, or what? You don't hear me?
No, I don't hear.
All right, well,
I never hear.
no, it's cool. All right, if you don't hear me, then you can hear me from the chat now. So yeah, if you asked me what's on my mind, I have a big issue with Europeans coming to America, establishing education from a European perspective, and then making it seem like we are, crazy because we don't accept an education system that comes straight from colonizers. Do you understand? Like if somebody comes in my house and they steal my house, I'm not gonna accept the history they tell me about my family. Do you understand? So yeah, I don't. That's what's mainly on my mind. Is I have an issue with the Europeans that are in America saying you guys are dumb because you don't accept the European version of American history. Oh yeah? Well, come tell me to my face. Let's see how that works. Come tell me to my face. Let's see how it goes. I'm excited. Very excited. 2-time, are you up here to troll?
I'm not.
What's on your mind, bud? Are you there? I guess not. All right, we're going Sun Night. Then after Sun Night, we're going to start over, and President will be the first person to come up once we start over. GGL said, I'm here escaping similar shit in the UK. GGL, before they did it in America, they did it in the UK. Absolutely, they did it in the UK as well. Okay, so I'm not saying that just because people who are evil come from Europe, that means that everybody who's evil or who's in Europe is evil. No, the main people who are their victims are the other Europeans. 100%. So yeah, we talk about this all the time, man. You know, like Britain is I think Britain is like one of the most censored places, not censored, but it's one of the most surveilled place on the planet. You know, like yeah. All right, we're starting over and we're going with President. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for President. Are you up here to troll us? President, are you up here to troll?
No, I ain't up here to troll you. I'm up here to have a good conversation.
Okay, well, why were you saying I ran from you?
Because I didn't even get to finish what I was trying to say.
But so
you didn't like what I had.
Hold on. Okay. So let me ask you a question. So if I don't want to hear what somebody has to say, that automatically means I'm running from them?
Kick them because that means you're ignoring the knowledge. If you don't want to hear it, you just away from it.
So every time somebody is talking, okay, so every time somebody is talking, even if they're talking gibberish, if I cut them off, that means that I am running away from the knowledge.
I wasn't speaking gibberish.
I didn't say you were. I wasn't even talking about you. I wasn't talking about you.
Okay, well that's a fair point. If someone's speaking gibberish,
Oh, okay. Okay, so if somebody's speaking gibberish, I can cut them off, not hear them talk, and that doesn't mean that I'm running away. Cool. So
speaking gibberish.
Right. Well, that's up for debate, my friend. That's up for debate. Yeah, that is a matter of great debate. Yeah, hold on. Let me finish. Okay, so to be clear, just because I cut him off and didn't want to allow him to finish, that don't mean that I was running from him. And on top of that, if I was running from you, why would I allow you to come back?
I don't know. Maybe because you wanted to actually have a real conversation.
I don't. I can assure you I don't. I don't want to have a real conversation with you at all. So that can't be the reason. So the reason is because I'm not running from you. I don't care about you. I barely even remember what our conversation was about. You know what I mean? If I did cut you off from talking, there would have been two reasons why I would have cut you off. Well, you speak English pretty well, so it couldn't have been because you were talking and we couldn't understand you. The reason why I cut you off is because you would not shut the hell up when I was talking. That is the only reason, for the most part, why I get people out of here. Because I allow people to come up here and go back and forth with me for an enormous amount of time. As long as they're not cutting me off and we're having a good back and forth, I have let people come up here and ask me like 30, 40 questions in a row. Just like a whole hour, I've let people come up here and just interrogate me. Star B knows exactly what I'm talking about. People in the chat be like, play the saxophone. And as long as somebody's being honest, not cutting me off and allowing the conversation to flow, I will let that conversation go on indefinitely, damn near. So when you came up here, if you're saying you weren't speaking gibberish, the reason why I cut you off is because we couldn't tell whether or not you were speaking gibberish because you don't know how to shut the hell up while I'm talking.
I'm not doing that, Frank, right now. And I asked a question, or you asked me what was on my mind. I started talking, and then you started with your response, and I interrupted you, and I apologized. And then I started bringing something else, and then I got kicked.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen, President. Listen, for the first time, I will explain why I do this to people, all right? And what I'm doing, because you guys, are usually in the middle of the call and you don't see it happening. But this is the chat's favorite part of the show, just so you know, the President. This is literally their favorite part of the show. They want me to make t-shirts to represent this part of the show right now, all right? So when I am up here talking, yeah, everybody knows that I cut people off. But I'm not cutting people off because I'm trying to slow the conversation down. I cut people off to speed the conversation up And I never, ever, as long as people answer my questions, don't allow people to get their point of view off. I never do that. You know what I mean? However, there are people that come up here and they are very entitled. They think that I'm supposed to let them talk uncontrollably. They think that if I cut them off, they're supposed to be able to cut me off on my own show. Can you believe that, President? People think they're supposed to be able to cut me off on my own show. And that's crazy. And the chat, you see, even right now, right? And the chat does not like it. So what I do is I give people a warning. I'm like, listen, I'm not going to allow you to cut me off. When you hear me interject, allow me to interject because I'm listening to you and I'm going to move the conversation forward. If people are not able to grasp that, like I cut them off and I'm like, okay, give me a second. And they keep talking. I'll probably allow them to finish. But then when I go, I'll be like, all right, now let me finish what I'm saying. And then usually it turns into them interrupting me. And I'm going to be like, listen, I already warned you one time. Okay, so if you interrupt me again, and then when you interrupt me again, which the last thing you probably heard, I'm like, oh, my bad. I keep interrupting you, don't I? That's usually what I say. Did you hear that right before you got off? I was like, my bad, bro. My bad. I keep interrupting you. And I'm going to let you talk, and it's going to be a loud saxophone playing in the background. And then I'm finna get you out of here, and we're going to move on so that way we can at least get some form of entertainment by you wasting our time.
Be an actual like scientific debate and actually talk
You have to
about
have
it.
knowledge. You have to have knowledge of science itself to have a debate with me.
Okay, and I do, and I'm ready to have.
Well, that still remains to be seen, bro. It remains to be seen.
Okay, so can I just speak what's on my mind, please?
Is it about to be? Are you getting into the?
People just talk, say a bunch of stuff. So just let me say what I've been listening to and what my rebuttal is.
You're gonna give us a scientific rebuttal to the topics at hand.
Not even a scientific rebuttal. It's just common, basic knowledge. You don't need
See, remember a few minutes ago, you tricked us a few minutes ago. I said that you're not really able to even discuss these things with me, let alone have a debate, unless you have an intimate knowledge of science itself. And you're like, okay, let me respond. I'm like, is it gonna be science? You're like, well, no.
I'm saying that what I'm saying doesn't even need science to prove what I'm saying.
And this is why I cut you guys off, because you're talking gibberish. This is a scientific discussion up here. If you think you can come up here and if you think, listen, if you think you're gonna come up here and have us listen to you at length, prove scientific experiments wrong without science, you're out of your ridiculous mind. I would never do that, ever. All right? Ever.
I'm saying, okay.
Oh, I couldn't hear you because you were muted. Because when I start talking and you're still talking over me, you know what I mean? That's not how the show goes. This is not your show, bro. If you want to talk uninterrupted, go live on the president's page.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? Can I talk now?
Only if you concede the first point. All right? I asked you if you had intimate knowledge of science as it relates to these things. You said you do. Why aren't you giving us scientific information right now then?
Because you're still talking. I was trying to start my sentence by saying that it really takes elementary school knowledge, that it's like common knowledge, not that it doesn't take no science. Sorry, I didn't prepare that to you rightly, but with the whole compass thing.
Hold on. No, we're taking this slow. So you are saying that you are going to give us scientific evidence right now. Is that what you're saying?
Bro, it's not rocket science. I'm just saying.
It isn't. So answer my damn question. If it ain't rocket science, answer the question, stupid. Gee, this is why I got you out of here the first time, bro. This is why I got you out of here. I'm yelling at goddamn 8 a.m. What's wrong with you? You're an idiot. Answer my question if it's not rocket science.
It's not letting me speak.
I am letting you speak. I am letting you speak, and that's the problem. It's the words that are coming out of your mouth. It's the words that are coming out of your mouth that's the problem. Anyways.
Words that are coming out of my mouth are a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. So answer my question, bro, if it's not rocket science. If it's not rocket science.
On everything you said, if I'm not hung up on everything you said, you're saying I don't go by models, but then you're going to say I refer to the flat earth model. Like you're contradicting us back to back.
You're not smart enough, bro. Your memory does not work good enough to remember what I said, bro. Your memory don't even work that good. You don't remember what I said.
know me.
Your
Like,
memory-
What are you saying?
You're an idiot. I do know you. I've been talking to you. You're a moron. And that's not what I said.
But you haven't let me prevail 1 inch of evidence.
Yeah, because you won't answer. You won't answer my questions straight. You won't.
I talk about
Yeah,
words.
you won't answer my questions. That's
You
why.
get stuck on your own words all the time.
Answer,
I've
answer
been
my
listening for
question,
30 minutes.
bro.
You
Bro,
keep
see
contradicting
this.
yourself.
I'm finna send you back again, bro. Because like you see how we're bickering. I don't do this in regular life. All right. So you're gonna answer my question, and if you don't, I'm gonna move on. You're not gonna get to say what you want to say if you don't answer my questions. If you do answer my questions, I'll let you say whatever you want to say. Not before. Not before. All right. Are you ready to answer my question or what?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so are you about to give us scientific evidence now? Yes or no? Because a few minutes ago you said you weren't, then you backtracked. Now I'm confused. So are you going to give us, you're muted again. Are you going to give us scientific evidence right now? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Oh, you are.
yes.
Okay, okay, great. Now before you get to that, all right? Before you get to that. Now, after all this time that we wasted doing this, okay? For you to be like, yes, I am giving you scientific evidence. If you talk for the next 2 minutes and you don't give us scientific evidence, what should I be able to do to you? Pause.
Kick me. Just kick me.
Nah, that's too
You give
easy.
me 2
That's too
minutes,
easy.
I'm for it.
Nah, that's too easy. I can kick you right now. It gotta be something else. It gotta be something else, bro. What offering are you gonna put up? You're gonna give us what you think is scientific evidence. If it is not, what are you wagering on that? I just wanna know.
A debate? I thought that's what our gameplay.
Okay, all right, how about this? All right, how about this? How about this? How about this? How about this? If you talk for the next 2 minutes and you don't give us one piece of scientific evidence, I'm gonna ban you forever and you never come back up here ever again. Deal?
Fine. Deal.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So the problem what you're saying about the compass is you're saying that north, right? Everybody goes north. But on the globe, when you go south, it takes us all to the same location, just like on true north, right? But the problem with the flat earth is there's the ice wall. So every direction would be south. There would be no going south. Everyone where they're at would be away from them. Because your little Antarctica's in the middle, first of all. And then second of all, there's a thing called a fulcrum pendulum that proves that the earth is rotating. And it shows its degrees. It's in museums all the time. You can go look at them. And that's not even it. There's more. There's the Cavendish experiment, right? That shows that steel balls, that mass actually attracts each other. If you actually look at the equation of mass, it has
Studio, come on, man. I've said that already a few times today, all right? Please stop bringing that up.
I was okay. Well, you thought you was gonna give me 2 minutes. Now you're trying to.
I was talking to the chat, bro. I was talking to the chat. I'm talking to the chat, bro.
The circumnavigating thing. Hold on. The circumnavigating thing, right? When you were saying you brought up a thing that's 20-something years old compared to all these people that are doing it nowadays. And first of all, when
All what people? All what people? Who are you talking about? Who you talking about, bro? Name somebody. Who you talking about? Name somebody.
Whatever.
Name somebody.
That research.
Name somebody.
You said that
No.
said that
Name somebody who does it right now. I know. Name somebody who does it right now. You said there's all these people. Name somebody.
I mean, I don't know people by name.
Then
but
shut
it's
up.
before.
Then shut up.
All the time.
Then shut up and get back to your explanation. Then shut your dumb ass up and get back to the explanation.
Okay, so that guy, when he said, "Oh, there's no circumnavigating," you realize that's when the contour.
Bro, you're a moron. You're a moron. I never said that, stupid. You're a moron. I never said that. See, this is why you're a... All right, that's enough. All right, that's enough, bro.
Thousands of people that, what?
That's enough. All right, I'm going to respond to what you said now, all right? Because this is getting too idiotic. Okay, so, and you're muted, just so you know, I cannot hear you. All right? Okay, so, first of all, he brought up the compasses. I don't know why you would start off with that. All right, this is the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. Compasses only work on one model because the globe Earth model requires magnetic declination. All right, this is not up for debate. All right, he said that compasses was scientific evidence. I guess he was going to bring up scientific evidence that proves that the Earth is not a globe. You know what? My bad, President. This whole time, I misunderstood you. Okay, I misunderstood you because I thought that President was against us. President is actually on our side. Yeah, President is a flat earther. Yeah, he's a flat earther. And my bad, President, I didn't get it at first. But then you start bringing these examples up, and now I get it. Also, he was going to bring up scientific evidence to prove that the Earth is not a globe, and that's why we were going back and forth. So, good job, President. You actually did a good job, bro. You proved that the Earth is not a globe by bringing up compasses, right? Because like the magnetic declination chart, right, that was described in this book right here, where you can read about all the different navigators that were trying to navigate, assuming the Earth was a globe, but they discovered it was not a globe. They could not use the compass on a globe. That's why they invented the magnetic declination chart. That would be this right here. You see, magnetic declination. Do you understand? And sometimes when you go to the south, the magnetic declination is over 150 damn degrees. Shit don't make no sense. So, President, I take back everything that I said about you. You did bring up scientific evidence that proved that the Earth is not a globe. You also brought up the Cavendish experiment. The Cavendish experiment, I'm glad you brought that up too, because the Cavendish experiment, a lot of people say that that proves that gravity is a force. But, you know, intelligently enough, you brought it up like it proves that mass attracts mass. Well, the funny part about that is gravity isn't even mass attracting mass anymore. So if the Cavendish experiment proves that mass attracts mass, that don't actually have nothing to do with gravity, because gravity is the bending and warping of space-time. Dun, dun, dun. So you're right, the Cavendish experiment debunks gravity, because the Cavendish experiment don't prove nothing about the bending and warping of space-time. The Cavendish experiment don't prove nothing about space nor about time. So it don't prove gravity. I appreciate you bringing that up. You know, President, like I said, bro, that's my bad. I didn't realize that you were on our side the whole time. You're unmuted now. You're on our side the whole time, right? Like, I was misconfused in thinking that you were trying to that you were trying to prove the globe, but really you were debunking the globe, huh, President? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, exactly. Thank you. See, he said yes. I know you guys didn't hear him, just trust me. He said yes. So yeah, so you brought up the Cavendish, which intelligently enough does debunk the globe. You brought up the compasses, which intelligently enough does debunk the globe. You brought up the race, right? You brought up the race of the circumnavigating the globe. You brought that up, and then I brought up the name of somebody that actually participated in the race and how they discovered that the Earth was not a globe during their time doing this race. And then you're like, well, there are thousands of people that do it that disagree with him. And I'm like, who are you talking about? And you're like, I don't know. That was very slick what you did there, man. Honestly, you guys got to give it up to him. You know what I mean? He is a high-level thinker. He's a high-level thinker. It's not enough for him to come in here and agree with me. He comes in here and he takes the other position so that way we understand how stupid the other position is. I mean, President, you are a genius, bro. And I apologize. President, hold on. President, you are a genius, bro. And I apologize to you about everything that I said. I didn't realize what you were doing.
At the same rate. Boom. Why does all mass fall at the same rate?
All mass doesn't fall at the same rate.
So it doesn't all fall at
correct.
83 milliseconds.
You're learning.
So all objects.
You're learning, right? What happens to a helium balloon when you drop it? Bloop, 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 bloop. It goes up, right? It don't fall at 9.83. Helium balloon goes up. So when you say all things fall, that's a lie. See, shout out President. Hey, everybody give President a standing ovation in the chat. You know what I mean? President, I don't think anybody has been as cerebral up here as you are. Nobody has been smart enough to come up here and be like, you know what? I'm just going to prove how dumb the globe position is. That's it. I'm going to prove how dumb it is. Bring up the Cavendish, bring up compasses, all things that clearly debunk the globe, but I'm going to pretend like it supports the globe so everybody in the audience will know how dumb this is. Honestly, you're a genius, bro. You're a genius. President, you're so much of a genius. You're welcome up here anytime, bro. Like, for real, like, I don't think I've even met anybody that's this high level of a thinker, bro. Like, you're too high level for me. You're too high level. By the way, guys, like the video, please. Double tap the screen and sub if you like the content. What's up, RTH?
You hear me? Is it crackling?
No, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's funny to watch the people who don't have reality try and make it with their words.
Right. Yeah, it's like, I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain it to you. No, let me explain it. So if you explain it to me, that changes reality. Oh, okay.
For me, there's so many conspiracies, but the Earth one is like, because you can go out there and see it, right? Like the Epstein.
Whoa.
Okay, where are we going to prove it? Go outside and you could just see that they're lying about the shape of the ground. So for me, it's like the perfect thing to determine if somebody's honest or dishonest, right? Right? If you can't accept that the world doesn't look like a ball outside, I think you're just dishonest.
Okay, real quick, hold on. Was that a mistake that I just heard you say EPSTEI? Where did that come from?
Things like that, things like the little hats. The things
Yeah.
Like,
we got to exaggerate that though, my brother.
all those things.
Out of RTA, didn't you hear me get rid of the other dude for saying that?
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about it. I'm just saying, like, all those conspiracies, right? Right, wrong, it doesn't matter. There's just all those conspiracies about all those things. But there's no conspiracy about outside. Outside is not a conspiracy. The sun moving is not a conspiracy. It's all plain as day. But they have to turn it into a conspiracy, right? Like, oh, the sun's moving. No, but it only appears like it's moving, right? It's a big conspiracy that Earth doesn't look like a ball. And I'm like, no, that's not a conspiracy. That's reality. And it's so crazy how they make reality a conspiracy. Oh, it's a conspiracy that the Earth doesn't look like a ball, but it is a ball. It's like, that's crazy to me.
No, I definitely agree with you on that, man. I'm gonna let you know in a moment of transparency that there's a lot of people who pretend to support me, but they are actually haters on the low. And I'm not in the position to be assessing everybody's character and their activity when I'm not talking to them to know the difference. So when people come in and they clearly know, what, the rules are up here and they, break them anyways, they say stuff that they know is censored. I can't afford to not suspect that somebody is a friendly troll. You know what I mean? So I just want to let you know, bro, I do appreciate you being in here and you helping me out with the trolls. But I mean, there's no way I could ignore the fact that you just threw that in there for seemingly no reason after I just banned somebody for saying it, bro. I just want to let you know that in a moment of transparency.
I didn't. Okay, I didn't mention anything about it, right? Like I didn't get into the topic. I was just using it as, because it was the last thing somebody was trying to debate, right? Like, to me, reality is not a debate, right? Everything else is a belief, right? That's why religion. I don't talk religion because it's silly. What are we going to do? We're going to argue the invisible? Why would I argue the invisible? I don't know. So
I understood what you were trying to say. I understood what you were trying to say, bro. I'm just saying my point remains, though. You know what I mean? It's like there's so many other examples that you could have used. The fact that one was already like just on the tip of of us just banning somebody. I'm just letting you know that that is in the back of my head now, bro. Like I said, I don't have any reason to suspect you being a troll other than that. But that's I don't soon forget when people just throw these words out in the middle of my live. You know what I mean?
He just mentioned it. That's why
And I banned him for mentioning it. I banned him for doing that.
Well,
And then
he's trying to talk about it. I was just saying, I think it's stupid to talk about.
Yeah, right. Shout out you, RTH. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like you can, like I said, I understood your point saying it's stupid to talk about it, but saying it's stupid to talk about it while you physically bring it up, you know what I mean? Like I said, you seem like a cool dude. I don't have no reason, but it's just, bro, yeah, the worst position to be in is when you're in a position where you feel like you can't trust the people that support you, So that's why I have to be honest and transparent. That's why I let you guys know right away where my mindset is at about certain things. I'm not saying you can't talk about certain things. Think about it. Because like RTH, your point was, but I wasn't talking about it. Okay, but my point is you can talk about it as long as you don't say it. That's my entire point. Anyway. Listen, for all you guys that wonder why I'm not a nice guy, this is why. I'm not a nice guy. All right? I am not a nice guy. Dang, that's wild, RTH. Dang, that's wild. See, and I'm glad that happened, bro, because now you expose yourself, right? See, now RTH exposed himself. That is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Let me make sure I take a screenshot of this before I Let me make sure I take a screenshot of this before I ban him. That is wild business. Oh, did you delete the comment already? Did you delete that comment, bro? What happened to that comment? I'm just saying, don't throw your rock and hide your hand now. You mean don't throw your rock and hide your hand? Don't throw your rock and hide your hand, buddy. Anyway, shout out RTH. You know, I know there's a lot of light-skinned people in here that agree with, they agree with the history point. They agree with the dinosaur point, the Earth points, but they don't want to talk about the America being Atlantis and the we not equals African, because a lot of them are straight up evil. You know what I mean? A lot of them are straight up evil. And like I said, even though they might agree with me, they don't like black people. You know what I mean? They don't like black people. And so because of that, you know, they tolerate me. They tolerate me because I'm the only one doing it like this. But in reality, they hate me. And it's fine. You know, it's totally fine. Like, I might hate me too. I'm not a hateful person, so I can't really relate to that, but I might hate me too, you know what I mean? If the jealousy got a hold of me, you know? Wheezy, are you up here to troll?
Not up here to troll.
Wheezy, did you see the last message that WTH put in the chat before he deleted it and got out of here?
At all.
Huh?
I didn't see it.
You
Did
didn't
he
see
say
it?
something bad?
Yeah, he called me a stupid hard R.
It's not nice.
Nah, it doesn't bother me that much. It just, you know, it lets me know where his mindset is at more than anything, you know. I consider myself I consider myself to be a hard R, you know, so that doesn't bother me. The stupid part maybe a little bit, because, you know, we all know that's not true. But yeah, think about it, like he was literally up here like, no, bro, I promise. I'm no, I didn't mean it like that. I'm like, listen, bro, I'm not saying you did. I'm just letting you know that now I have to be a little suspicious of you. And he's like, all right, whatever, you stupid hard R.
A little ignorant.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. All right, what's on your mind, Wheezy?
Okay. President brought up compasses.
Correct.
And you said it disproves the globe.
Correct.
You are absolutely correct. You cannot circumnavigate the globe with a normal compass because compasses are balanced to their magnetic zones, right? To the hemispheres. And
I don't know that to be true. I don't know that to be true.
Compasses exist. It allows you to travel across the globe with a global compass, and the difference is in the way that the pin is balanced.
You have an example? You have an example of one of these?
Yeah, it's a separate piece of technology. It's called a global compass. You can look it up online.
I'm looking it up right now, but I'm saying like do you have one of these physically?
Typically outfitted on ship.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, they're a naval
Okay,
piece of equipment.
okay,
So
okay,
it's kind of difficult to get one.
How do you know that this works perfectly on a globe?
I believe it works well on a globe because the magnetic balance is different. It adheres to.
So you don't actually know for
magnetic
sure.
chart that you were bringing up.
Just to be clear, you don't know for sure. This is just a belief you have.
No. I'm saying it does work with your magnetic declination chart because you're right. Magnetic declination does happen.
Hold on.
Places change their magnetic pole.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying, Wheezy. Okay, if you use the Gleason map, you know, the map that the UN has as their logo, you don't need a magnetic declination chart for that. Did you know that?
You're right. You don't need that.
Okay, so that's how you know. So that's how you know that model works more accurately because you don't need to make corrections.
It would work more accurately if it were the case in reality.
It is the case in reality. It is the case in reality, bud.
Magnetic declination does happen. You're absolutely right. Places change their magnetic pole, but that's because the iron core of the Earth has liquid movement.
There's no evidence of this. There's no evidence of this whatsoever. Listen, although, what evidence do you have of a liquid magnetic core? Nobody's ever dug to the core of the Earth.
Nobody's ever dug there because it would kill them. I think.
Can you use the word unalive? Are you self-aware of the words that are coming out of your mouth enough to use the word unalive?
I am aware of the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Are you aware enough to use the word unalive from now on? No?
I said sure.
Oh, okay, my
And are
bad.
we going to talk about secular variation? Because the locations of the poles do drift.
That's all an
So-
assumption. You have no evidence of this.
What do you mean I have no evidence?
You have
It's on
no physical evidence.
Magnetic-declination.com.
Magnetic
It's on the
declination.
magnetic website.
Listen. What you are describing is an explanation to the magnetic declination chart. That's not proof. You understand? Their explanation for why we have a magnetic declination chart is because the pole is moving. But there's another option. The other option is that the map is actually wrong and it's not a globe. You know why? Because there's no magnetic declination with the Gleason map. Point over.
Gleason map
Point over.
would be.
All right? You're done.
Well,
You're done.
there's different parameters for that.
You're making all this up.
Okay.
You're making all this up. You know what's real? Listen. You know what's real? All this shit you're saying is made up. What's real is that using a globe, we cannot use a compass. Using the flat Gleason's map, we can. So which one works in reality? The Gleason map.
Regular compasses work in their magnetic zones, and global ones work across the globe.
No, they do not. I just asked you how you know that, and you could not answer. I'm saying no.
Okay.
So if you know how, explain to me, what is the proof that you have that these global compasses work without magnetic declination charts?
Here to magnetic declination.
Okay,
work with magnetic
if they
declination.
need a magnetic declination chart, it does not work using the globe. You know why? Because the Gleason map doesn't need one. I'm not repeating that again, all right? So if you have something else you want to insert, there you can insert it, but we're not going back and forth on this again. I already answered that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. In another question. So when you talk about needing evidence for the Earth being a globe, you want to look down at the Earth and see evidence upon the Earth and not in the sky, right?
When we're talking about the shape of the earth, are we talking about the shape of the ground or are we talking about the shape of the sky?
Talking about the shape of the planet, because the sky.
I didn't ask you about that. That wasn't one of the options, dog. Stop trying to run mind games on
so
me,
the
or
shape
else I'm going
of
to
the
send you out of
ground,
here.
I would say that the
Oh.
shape of the ground.
Okay, so we are trying to figure out the shape of the ground. That's why I want direct measurements of the ground. And you find that confusing? You're confused by that?
I was gonna ask you a question.
I'm asking you a question. Are you confused by the fact that I want
am
measurements?
confused by that.
You're not
No.
confused. Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Okay. So when it comes to space phenomena, like the sun moving and the moon moving, when a lunar eclipse happens, the sun moves between us and the moon, right? And we see a shadow.
Not
cast
right.
between
Now,
them.
I don't know that to be true at all. No.
Okay, well, in the hypothesis that in the case of a lunar eclipse, the sun moves behind the Earth and the Earth casts the shadow on the moon, the shape we see is a perfect sphere.
False.
On the moon.
False.
It's not false. It's
I've
always
never-
a perfect sphere.
A shadow is a sphere.
Yeah, the shadow upon the moon is a sphere.
You
when
are
the
an
lunar eclipse is
idiot.
observed.
You're an idiot, bro.
I'm an idiot?
Yes.
Have you looked at the moon during a lunar eclipse?
Shadows are not three-dimensional shapes. A sphere is a three-dimensional shape. Shadows are not
Shadow
three-dimensional.
is the absence of light cast upon the contours of a three-dimensional shape.
Right. Show me a picture of
And
a
the
shadow.
contours
Show me,
of our
hey,
Earth,
sir,
and it has the
sir.
ground
How about
and the
this?
atmosphere and everything
Wheezy.
included from
This
space
is what we're gonna
viewed
do.
as a
Yeah, this is
sphere.
what we're gonna do. All right, find a picture of a shadow that resembles a sphere and put it in the chat. All right. Find a picture of a shadow that's a sphere, Wheezy. Find a picture of a shadow that looks like a full three-dimensional sphere and put it in the chat, not AI. All right, go ahead. All right, we're not gonna do this. Guys, do me a favor. Please like the video if you don't mind. Like the video and sub if you like the content only. All right, only if you like the content. Treon said, I'm Egyptian. Shout out you, Treon. Somebody up here answered the question for you. Who was this? I missed it because the comments are going kind of fast. My bad. Who said that a shadow? Okay, shadows are 2D, not a sphere. You can't have a 3D object on a 2D plane. So it's impossible that a shadow is a sphere. And like, why do I have to explain this? Why do I have to explain this? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Why can't you guys figure this out on your own? Shadows are not spheres. Shadows are 2D figures. Spheres are 3D. Get that coin out of my face. Idiotic. Okay, so Weezy just put a picture of the moon in the chat. This is not a picture of a shadow. This is a picture of the moon. And it's not even a sphere. You see, Weezy? You see why I had to get you out of here? You're an idiot, dog. You are a literal idiot, Weezy. Shadows are not spheres. And that picture that you just sent of the moon, that's not a shadow and it's not a sphere. President, are you up here to troll us?
No.
All right. Now let me ask you this. What the hell is going on, bro? What's going on over there?
What you mean?
What's all that noise in the background?
Oh, my bad. I had to move places. You good?
All right, so let me ask you this. Do you think a shadow can be a sphere?
No, but
Okay, great. I don't need the but. I don't need the but. I don't need the but, all right? I got plenty of ass in my life already, okay? So you agree that a shadow cannot be a sphere. So anybody that is upset, my God, bro, you got too much noise going on in the background, all right? Can you mute yourself while you're not talking or something? Jesus Christ.
I'm right here.
All right, there's a lot of noise going on in the background, okay? So
You're good. I'm good.
we all agree that a shadow cannot be a sphere. So me taking him down because he wanted to debate whether or not a shadow could be a sphere, I was not running from anything or no, okay? I'm not going to entertain these idiotic conversations. All right, what's on your mind, bruh?
So a ball doesn't display a 2D image. Like if you take a basketball, you shine the flashlight on the top of it. What's the shape on the bottom?
Yeah, it would be every shadow is a 2D image. Every shadow. Yeah.
So a 3D image just casted a 2D image.
Well, that's alleged. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Slow down.
That's what a crescent moon
Oh my
is.
God, you guys got to
That's
slow
what
down.
a crescent moon is.
No, that's not what a crescent moon is. All right, you have no evidence of this whatsoever. All right, so listen, this is what you got to understand, President. President, this is what you got to understand. Just because it's possible for a 3D object to cast a 2D shadow, that don't mean that every 2D shadow you see comes from a 3D object.
Okay, so
Right. If you are gonna say that a shadow comes from a 3D object, you have to prove it.
I just did.
No, you did not.
Shine a light on the top of it.
Well, that's a
Shine
basketball.
a light on the top
That's a
of it.
basketball. That's not the Earth.
That's a spear. That's a spear. You
Yeah,
said
but
a
yeah,
spear.
and the Earth is not a spear. The Earth is not a spear, and the Earth is not a basketball. So that's not proving it at all. What's up, good guy activism? How you doing, man? Good guy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's on your mind, my brother?
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
I was chilling. You understand what's up? I was just trying to sit in the background for a little bit.
Oh, my bad. Then my bad. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's all good, man. You can chill out.
Yeah, I'm on some breakfast with the wife, so once I finish eating, I'm gonna talk with you.
Off top. Yeah, just let me know when you want to come up, and I'll bring you up, my brother. Colossal. Are you up here to troll us? Colossal. Hombala. Guys, please like the video. Double tap the screen. Sub only if you like the content, okay? Only if you like the content. Colossal, are you up here to troll?
Oh, I'm not here to troll. I just think like some of your talking points aren't strong enough to defend what you're trying to defend.
Well, that would be your opinion,
Like,
but hold on. That would be your opinion, but are you
Yes,
upset?
your
Are you upset with my question, bro? Were you annoyed at my question?
What was the specific question?
I asked, are you here to troll? You're like, no, I'm not here to troll. I don't know. You give me some
No,
weird
I'm not
energy, bro.
trying to troll. I have no reason to troll. I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't know
your
you, so.
arguments for the flat Earth aren't strong enough. Like, yes, it's flat, but you're not educating yourself enough to defend it well against other people.
Well, you're not educating
Right.
yourself. What was it? Listen, you're not educating yourself enough on what I'm saying enough to come up here and defend the opposite position because I never said the Earth was flat. So that would be a good point to start off. Would be just
Fucking
reading.
YouTube.
That would be a good point to start off with just reading what I have in the background and maybe listening to the words that come out of my mouth instead of coming up with your own straw man arguments to go against. You know. Nice try, though. Nice try. That's why, as a matter of fact, Colossal, that's why you think my arguments are weak, because you don't even know what my arguments are. You haven't been listening. All right?
5 minutes ago, give me a break. But like,
Well, if you were only watching for
Your
5 minutes,
description's
why are
fine.
you so eager to come up and disagree with somebody that you only listened to for 5 minutes? You don't even know what all my positions
Can you
are.
stop
You're too
yelling
eager.
like an idiot?
I can do whatever the hell I want to do. No, I can't stop doing that. Now what? Where do we go from here?
Your description says Earth is non-moving, and it also says Earth is not a globe.
That's
So
correct.
what do you mean it's not flat? What do you think it is
Do
other
you-
than flat?
Do you think that if somebody thinks the Earth is not a globe, that automatically means the Earth is flat? Is that what you think?
It is then.
I'm asking you a question. Is that what you think? If somebody doesn't think the Earth is a globe, do they automatically think the Earth is flat? Are those the only two options? Is that what you think?
Quite literally no other possibilities.
There are no other options. That's what you think. You think that? Hold on. So you think that the Earth is literally only a sphere or only flat?
What you're trying to actually say it is. Then.
Oh my God. Oh, such an idiot. Such an idiot. Oh, I love it. I love it. So you legitimately think that the only two options is that the Earth is a sphere or we live on a flat Earth? I just want to hear it again. You really think that?
Are you just here to argue the NASA point that it's not technically a sphere because it's not a perfect sphere and it's like an egg shape or something? Because that's what NASA says. But
Listen,
that's like
Listen, you're getting ahead of yourself, bro. You're getting ahead of yourself, man. You're getting ahead of yourself, all right? You said that the only options is that the Earth is a sphere or flat. Is that what you're saying? You're standing on that? The Earth is either only a sphere or only a flat. There's literally no other option in the universe. For real?
Let's just pause there and you tell me what shape you think it is then.
We are going to pause here and you're going to answer my question.
Only two theories with evidence to back them, so I don't know what else you're trying to say it is.
Oh, bro, you're an idiot, all right? And I'll explain why. Number one, because if we're talking about the shape of the Earth, if sphere is one option, the other option can't be flat, because flat is not even a shape, stupid.
It's circular then, not rotating.
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
God, you're a
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance. Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
Think about it, I'm the R word, but he doesn't even know what shapes are. Boy, you don't even know the difference between what a shape and what a not shape is. We're talking about the shape of the Earth, and Buddy said the shape is flat. What shape is flat? There are no shapes called flat. So why would you say those are the only two? So why would you say those are the only two options? You know why? Because you are a moronic fool that don't even know nothing about shapes, let alone about science. To be having conversations about the scientific shape of the Earth.
The UN map. Do you think I'm an idiot?
Shut up. Yes, you are an idiot. Yes, you are an idiot. Shut your dumb ass up. You're an absolute moron, and nobody wants to hear what the hell you have to say. Thank you for calling me the R word, too, so I can have a reason to get you out of there. Anyway, it either has to be a sphere or has to be flat. Oh, really? Is there a shape called flat? That's what I thought, idiot. Get your stupid ass up. Guys, like the video, please. Like the video, double tap the screen, sub if you like the content. Only if you like the content. If you do not like the content, then don't sub. That's simple. President, are you up here to troll us?
No,
What's all that noise in the background?
I'm just moving to a quiet location.
Okay, all right, my bad. I know brothers got kids and nephews and all type of shit. My bad. All right, what's on your mind, brother? Go ahead.
1 second.
By the way, Tone in the chat said Urkel grown up. Listen, one of my nicknames that the chat gave me up here is Evil Steve. All right, I am certainly Evil Steve Stefan Urkel. Make sure you add the Stefan. All right, go ahead, Prez.
So what about all the images we have of Earth from the moon?
CGI. Well,
CGI.
no, my bad. You said from the moon?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that was just fake. We never went to the moon. Yeah, that's just fake.
So the 6 times we never went.
Correct.
6 times we faked it 6 times.
I don't care if you say you faked it 100 times. The number ain't gonna change it. Yeah, government organizations lie about everything all the time.
So the space race was fake.
Yep.
Especially when they called it
Yep.
Okay, what about the
Come
reflectors
here.
on the moon?
Come
What
here.
about the reflectors on the moon?
What reflectors on the
You can
moon?
use the laser.
What reflectors on the moon?
The reflectors. They have reflector pads from all the Apollo sites.
How do you know that there
So
are
you can
reflector
measure the
pads?
distance.
How do you know that there are reflector
You take
pads?
a laser. You take a laser that's $5,000 and you shoot it to the reflector and it tells you the distance. It's called math.
How does it tell you the distance?
I know you don't.
How does it do that?
understand.
Calm down, President. How does it tell you the
What do
distance?
you mean?
What do you mean what I
It
mean?
tells you the distance.
How? How does it calculate the distance?
By the distance of the laser, by how it reflects back.
Okay. All right. That's the answer. So the answer is, trust me, I got this. All right. The answer is that you shoot the laser out and you know the distance based on how it reflects back. Let me ask you this. All right, President, let me ask you this. If you don't send any lasers out, will you still receive the same type of electromagnetic interference back?
It's distance between you and the moon.
All right.
Nothing to do with
All right.
interference.
President, you don't understand what I'm telling you. All right, so let me explain it to you. All right, President, this is what they do. Okay, what they do is they send a frequency out. Right? I know they say that they're sending a laser out. Okay, you're not bouncing a laser. Listen, boy. All right, I'm teaching you right now. All right, they're not bouncing. They're not bouncing a laser. You're muted. All right, nobody can hear your stupid ass. All right, they're not bouncing a laser off the moon. There's actually no evidence of that, okay? If you shoot a laser up and it bounces back, what evidence do you have that that comes from the moon? There's no evidence. Like, it could be bouncing off the ionosphere. It could be bouncing off the Van Allen radiation belt. There are so many different atmospheric layers in between us and the moon that a laser could bounce off for you to be like, oh no, I know for a fact it's coming from the moon. That's ridiculous, all right? What you're actually trying to describe, okay, is people send radio frequencies allegedly to the moon and receive them back. But the problem is that we receive these same radio frequencies all the time, okay? So no, you do not bounce a laser off the moon, okay? Nobody thinks that. That's idiotic because, again, the ionosphere blocks all frequencies up to 40 megahertz, allegedly, right? So, I mean, what megahertz are being blocked by the next layer of atmosphere? What megahertz are being blocked by the Van Allen radiation belt? That's a stupid statement to say. And most people don't even claim that. What they claim is that we send radio waves to the moon and receive it back. All right? All right, idiot? I love you, but you're dumb. You know, you're dumb as hell.
Okay, sure. But you know what a green laser is, right? It emits wavelengths, the nanometers, the frequency about 564 trillion hertz, 560.
Yeah, how do you know that the laser is bouncing off the moon? How do you know, President, how do you know the laser is bouncing off the moon?
That is a frequency, right? What you're saying.
President, how do you know the laser is bouncing off the moon?
Because by the way the wavelengths pulse back, bro. That's what I'm telling you.
What?
That is
Be specific.
frequency.
What about the wavelengths pulsing back makes you know that they came from the moon?
Huh?
You hear those birds in the background? You guys hear them birds? You hear the birds in the background? The birds are thinking the same thing I'm thinking.
Because different things have different reflective rates, which tell you the distance based off how they reflect. And
No,
how they reflect.
you're making all this up, bro. How do you know specifically that it comes from the moon? Specifically.
From if you're shooting a laser from the left of it, it's not going to bounce back the exact same. It's going to be to a different direction.
You're making all this up. Bro, you're making all this up. I just want to know how you know it come from the moon. What about the moon is how do you know?
Because it's not like they're just shooting a laser randomly at the moon.
All right, all made up shit, right? All made up shit. So you don't know. So you don't know.
Is.
They triangulate where the reflector is. What? How do you know it's reflecting off the moon? They can't triangulate it if it's not going to the moon. So you don't know where it's going to. If it's bouncing off the atmosphere, then you're triangulating the atmosphere, idiot. So how do you know that it's bouncing off the moon? How do you know?
It would bounce back differently. The distance.
It would bounce back differently.
Is nowhere.
It would bounce back differently.
The distance between the atmosphere.
Bunch of made up shit.
Completely different.
Bunch of made up
You
shit.
think that the distance.
You're making all this up.
You think the distance.
I think you're making all this up.
I'm making it all up.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
What kind of flat earther are you? Are you?
I'm not a flat earther. You see? I'm not a flat earther.
There
There you go. I'm not a flat earther. All right, there you go. Yeah, you're making all that up, bro. Like, how do you know it's bouncing off the moon? Because it would come different. What would be different about it? Ugh. Bro, Ezra, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Why are you in the back talking like that? You look like a troll or ERA. When you're in the back talking like that, bro, you look like a troll. I don't want to bring you up. You seem like a weirdo, to be quite honest. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know you, and so I don't know how to differentiate between who you're talking to or what you're talking about. You know what I mean? At all. All right, well, don't come up here using the R word, bro. All right, for real. Yeah. I know. I've been clowning him all day. Yeah, I know. Listen, ERA. I know he's a troll, but he's a respectful troll. So I allow him to come up here and attempt to troll me, and it just never goes his way. I know what he's doing. Don't use the R word while you're up here, all right? You said what?
I said, yeah, of course. Hello, sir. How are you? And no problem. I won't use any profanity.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm doing pretty good, man. You're not up here to troll, right? Right? ERA, you're not up here to troll, right? Like the video, guys. Double tap the screen and sub if you like the content. All right, what's on your mind?
Okay. I mean, I know you guys been talking about the moon and stuff. I just had like some insight I feel like I need to share. So in 2023, I smoked DMT and I actually personally went to the moon. So I know that the moon is real. I've been there.
I thought you said you weren't a troll, bro. Like as a grown man, no. But as a grown man, you feel okay putting your word to another man saying, I won't do this, and then just completely doing the opposite.
Okay.
Where are you from, bro? Where are you from? Where are you from?
I live in New York City.
Where are you originally from? Where's your family from?
From the East.
Where? What do you mean the East? Where in the East?
I'm from Pakistan.
Right. Are you a light skin, Middle Eastern, or a dark skin?
Pakistan is not the Middle East, it's Asia.
Okay, are you okay?
Like very fair skin.
Okay, so you're a fair skin Asian, not a dark skin Asian.
Right.
Right. See. This is your guys' mentality. You know what I mean? This is your guys' mentality. You go to places where people take you in. You pretend to be honest, like, oh yeah, no, I'm your friend. Oh, I just want to marry your daughter. Or I just want to be cool. And then you know what you guys do? You marginalize these indigenous populations all around the planet because you're evil. You know what I mean? You are an evil human being. I just want to let you know that, bro. All right?
So you think I'm evil?
Yep. Absolutely, I think that. Yeah, if you can look another man in the eye and say, like, in the eye, and be like, no, I'm not trolling, bro, and then proceed to troll, no, you're an evil person. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. As a man, your word means nothing to you. You can't trust men like that. You think you can trust men like that? No, you cannot trust men like that. I don't give a damn what y'all think. I don't give a damn what y'all think. It's the facts. It's the fucking facts. All right? And you know what? You know what's more prejudice than me describing what y'all did? Doing what y'all did is more prejudice than me describing it. See, anybody that thinks that I am wrong for explaining what his family did in Asia, but not upset at what his family did in Asia, we know that you're evil. You're evil and we don't like you, all right? You're evil, we don't like you, we don't respect you, nothing like that. Nothing like that. And I mean every word that comes out of my mouth. Now what? Do something about it. What's up, Lynch? What's up, Lunch? What's on your mind, brother?
How your day going so far dealing with these clowns?
It's going all right, man. How's your day going?
Oh, it's going good. But like I'm gonna say to you clowns on here, how can you succumb for something if you're just using landmass? Wouldn't you have to go to the depth of the sea, from the depth of the sea going upward, then go around for it to be accurate, like our ancestors did for thousands of years that we lost? You know how many documents we lost? 40,000 in 1 year. During the time of Alexander the Great, we lost more history. So how the hell are you gonna sit here and tell me, oh, our technology is the best, when it's not even...
Guys, like the video, please. Double tap the screen.
Ancestors would...
Sub if you like the content.
I told the real brother here that explain to me how we have pyramids, mausolaic cathedrals, we have the Sphinx, the Roman Colosseum, all on a perfect ley line, perfectly, dimensionally, all around, okay? And we still have not figured out what the hell on how they did it. So don't come up here trying to spew your bullshit when you don't know anything.
Real quick, Lunch.
So I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna give it back to bro and let him explain what I was saying. And if he likes, I'll come back up again.
No, I definitely want to elaborate on that first thing that you said. Shout out Lunch, by the way. The first thing that Lunch said is something that I think we do need to talk about, right? So, like, if I'm misinterpreting this, Lunch, feel free to come up and let me know. So, if you have a bathtub, right? Let's say you have a bathtub. You know what the shape of the bathtub is. The bathtub is mainly water, and let's say you put like some boats or hypothetically like some, small islands on the bathtub, right? If you live on that island that's on that bathtub and you think that you can tell the shape of the entire bathtub by measuring the surface of the water and whatever islands are on top, that's ridiculous, is what he's saying. It's like, if you're gonna measure the entire earth, or the entire bathtub, you gotta go deep into the ocean to find out the actual parameters of the ground. You can't just base the shape of it on the surface. You gotta go all the way down to see what the actual shape of it is deep in the ocean, especially considering how much of our earth is covered by water. That actually is not a bad point at all. I do understand what you're saying with that. And, ironically, there are certain type of naval ships that actually do this. That's right, they map the ocean floor using what is similar to like sonar. You know what I mean? When they map the ocean floor using their, somewhat similar to sonar technology, they map the ocean floor and they never map it as a globe or curved in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, they map it taking parallel horizontal measurements. That's how sonar works. You understand that you can't even use sonar unless you assume that you're taking these readings from a flat surface? You can't even use sonar unless you do that. And they do use it to map the ocean floor. And so if you are going to talk about the actual shape of the real Earth, you can't just talk about the surface. You got to talk about the ocean floor as well. I thought that was a great point. Yeah, I thought that was a great point. All right, let's bring up Asmodeus. Guys, do me a favor. Please like the video. Please double tap the screen. Please sub only if you like the content, all right? LS said gravity does not exist either. Asmodeus, are you up here to troll? Asmodeus.
No, I'm not.
Okay, fantastic. What's on your mind?
So I just kind of wanted to expand on some of the like other stuff that we haven't talked about today.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
So with the history being 100% lies, like most people, I feel like don't recognize that the textbooks are government contracted from wealthy families.
Thank you for saying it like that.
Be
Yes.
part of a European tribe.
Who exactly? Who may or may not, you know what I mean? Let them decide for themselves. Go ahead, keep going.
Well, and then like you take that tribe and like let's say that they take over swaths of Asia and Africa and replace themselves and steal the identities of the others by being accepted in first.
Right, marrying in, you know, becoming trade partners. I'll give you my son in marriage. You give me your daughter, et cetera, et cetera.
But it's also like I'll believe in the same God as you do.
Exactly. Right. I'll join your religion. I'll join your religion. See, he's cooking right now. That's why they became the Jays. I know we weren't going to go there, but that is the process by which they became the Jays. They're like, oh yeah, okay, so we can assimilate into your religion and then we take it over.
And I think that goes right back to your second point, which is that we're African.
Right. Right.
Like I know my ancestors called themselves Yoruba.
Is that in Nigeria, right?
Region, yeah.
Yeah, okay, right. Modern day Nigeria. Exactly. So I bring that up all the time on here. It's like they wouldn't your ancestors.
My family came over like with the Europeans.
Ah.
In like 1716 or so.
Interesting.
Like I don't know what the situation was, but
right. Were they explorers or were they slaves? Interesting.
Well, one part of the family says one thing and the other part of the family says the other, and that's just a family thing, so I'll probably never know the actual truth there.
Right. What I can tell you is that examining the original records of the Spanish and Portuguese explorers, they brought over, and even most of them themselves considered themselves to be black Moors. You know what I mean? Or the descendants of or related to in some way. So they brought a lot of them with them, and a lot of them considered themselves to be that. While they came over as explorers, a lot of them did end up being sold into slavery later on. So I could even show like a court case. I don't have it handy right now, but it's on one of my other social media pages for sure, where an actual court case of some quote unquote Quakers being sold into slavery. Like, do you understand what we have? We have Quakers that were being sold into slavery. So these are people that, you know, by some accounts came over from Europe to do the colonization. And then they, because of debt, were turned into slaves themselves. So, you know, there's a lot of different storylines there that begin to cross.
Agree with that.
Anyways, my bad. Go ahead. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, you're good. And then like, I don't know, when you get to looking into the slavery thing, there's like no way that could happen.
Correct.
I think I did the math the other day, and it's like 10,000 people on a ship every single day for 3 years straight for a 4-month voyage. all assuming that it's good weather.
Right. Right. And now let me add this in there, right? And let me add this in here while you're going through that math, because you're doing 10,000 people per ship, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now because the first steam engine was developed in the 1800s, if I'm not mistaken. So during this time period, these were all sailboats. The biggest sailboat in the world today does not hold more than 400 people. You understand what I'm telling you, Asmodeus? Now, I'm not suggesting that I'm not suggesting maybe they didn't build bigger sailboats back then, right? Yeah, sure, maybe that's possible. Unlikely, but it's possible. So if like I said, I say give them the benefit of the doubt. At the very most, 1,000 people per voyage. If every single person was a slave on that ship, this is still like double the amount of people that they could have fit. Over double. You know what I mean? So it's like at 10,000 per voyage, it don't make sense. At 1,000 people per voyage, this is like not even mathematically possible. Not even mathematically possible. Like you said, they would have to have launched like over 100 ships per day for like 30 years straight. It would have to be like literally 100 ships every day would have to leave for this amount of people to have traveled in that amount of time.
I just don't think it happened.
Yeah, no, listen. And I want to clarify too, we're not saying that people in Africa were not enslaved. Okay? People in Africa were enslaved. We're not saying people in America were not enslaved. They were enslaved. But just like, every piece of evidence would represent, when you enslave people somewhere, you might take them, a few hundred miles away and sell them. Because transporting people a few hundred miles is extremely expensive. It's the most expensive thing ever to protect yourself from other people and travel that long. So if they took slaves from Africa, they would not have been taking impossible voyages to possibly get money for those slaves. They took those slaves from one part of Africa and sold them to another part of Africa, period. Or they took the slaves from Africa and sold them to Europe because Spain is right there. So they sold the African slaves to Europe and to the Middle East. That's on record. You know what I mean? Like I said, even if those numbers could be worked out, that doesn't take into account the amount of people that could not survive the voyage, the amount of time that the voyages would take, the amount of resources that the voyages would take. This is an impossibility. It's a literal impossibility that 1 million or 2 million, let alone 10 million slaves came from Africa to America during a time when we didn't even have steamboats.
Like, I just have to concede your time. Like, you're 100% correct.
Well, I appreciate you for bringing that up, bro. And like I said, I agree with you on all of those points. You know what I mean? See, and like I said, just to be, shout out Asmodeus, man. You're welcome up here anytime. Like he said, he was doing the numbers for 10,000 people per ship. He's like, even at 10,000 people per ship, not enough time, not enough ships, not enough resources. Like, there's not enough of any of that. Now, go to the amount of people who really could fit on the ship. Which, like I said, I just looked it up. The biggest sailboat in the world today. Like I said, there's different. Some people say 300 people. Some people say 260. Some people say 400. So I'm like, all right, let's say 400 people then. You look. The largest sailing ship ever built, the Golden Horizon, is the largest sailing ship in operation today. Passenger capacity 272 guests. That's the biggest sailboat today. I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying this is a link that I found. Do you see where we're at? 200 people. How many of those people were crew? How many of those people were... Because all of them weren't slaves. You know what I mean? So that's why I give them the benefit of the doubt. I'd be like 500 to 1,000, and half of those people weren't even slaves because they had to have crew. How many didn't even make it? This is preposterous. Like, there's no set of logic in the world that exists that could justify tens of millions of slaves coming from Africa to America. Never. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, this is a modern, a Studio Fufu. Studio Fufu is the only one that is offering an actual possible explanation, but we're not going to help them out on that, all right? We're not helping them out. Yeah, we're not helping them out. But Studio Fufu is right. That is another explanation. But then if we bring that up, then that's a whole nother can of worms. That's a whole nother can of worms. Look, RFX at 272 guests, not 270. That's why I said I will give you 500 to 1,000. I'm like, how much room that can only fit 272 people are you going to add by not putting rooms for them? All right, fine. So let's double it then. Let's triple it. Let's quadruple it. I'll give you 1,000 people. Brother man who was just up here said, I did the math at 10,000 per ship. It don't work. All right. So 1,000 per ship? Hell no. Never, ever. All right. That never happened. Guys, like the video, please. My bad. Hold on, President. Guys, do me a favor. Like the video, please. Double tap the screen and sub if you like the content. If you would like to call in. If you would like to call in, the Discord is on my page. You hop in the live show tab when you get in there, and I will bring you up at my own liege. President, what's on your mind, brother?
Not much. Not much.
I believe that.
So, just listening to your nonsense make me feel like I'm losing brain cells by the minute.
Well, hold on. Hold on. Now I gotta ask you. Okay, so what type of person participates in activities knowingly that they feel harms them? What type of people do we call those?
Because it's called selflessness.
No. Hey, that's not it. Hey, that's not it. No. If you tell a kid, listen, hold on. If you tell a kid, don't put your hand on the stove, and the kid puts his hand on the stove and he gets burned, and even after he gets burned, he still puts his hand on the stove, what do we call that kid?
It's a little different. Why?
No, it ain't different. No, it ain't different. It ain't different. No, it ain't different. It ain't. Hold on. No, it ain't different. No, we call that kid. You know what we call him? You know, he's late for class. All right, he didn't show up on time for class. He woke up late. He got to class late. He got out late. Everything about him is late. He's late. All right, you're late for class, my friend. And you know what happens when you're late for class? You get a tardy slip. All right? You get a tardy slip, my friend. So because you're late for class, you're tardy. Oh my God. Listen, I'm sorry, but why did you come up here with that? You could have came right up and started giving me info. You didn't have to be like, oh, I'm listening to your bullshit. I'm losing brain cells. Now I gotta, what's up, good guy?
What's up, my brother? Yo. So how many people you think were in slave ships? And how many slave ships you think came over at the same time? On one voyage?
Well, honestly, based on what I've read, there were no such thing as slave ships. There were military ships that were used to transport slaves after military expeditions. So the slaves that came to America, at least based on what I've seen on record, the slaves that came to America on record from the Atlantic slave trade, they were brought by European warships. So they would conquer the dark-skinned Irish, conquer the dark-skinned Scottish people, and then they would transfer these Scottish and Irish to America to be sold into slavery. So most of the time, these slave ships would come one or two in pairs of one or two, based on not slave ships, I'm sorry, military ships that were transporting slaves after war. They would come in pairs of one or two, based on what I read, transporting some of them they would say 50 slaves, some of them they would say 200. I think I've seen ships that would admit to transporting up to 200 slaves.
That's because I know, right? They were crammed, weren't they?
You said what?
Weren't they crammed in the ships? And they were overpacking. It's not like.
Well, how long? Well, let me ask you this. How long do you think people can survive literally crammed on each other like sardines? How long do you think that's possible for people to survive like that?
No, a lot of people didn't make it. A lot of
How long do you think
slaves didn't make it?
Well, my point is that didn't happen. Good guy, none of that happened. There's no actual evidence of this. They only have drawings. They got drawings and depictions.
Propaganda.
It's called propaganda. And like I said, I have record of slaves.
Been brainwashed.
We all been brainwashed, man. We all been
I went to
brainwashed.
public school.
So did I, man. Hey, so did I. And like I said, I'm not saying that there weren't slaves that were brought over here. It's just that it wasn't nearly as egregious as they taught you that it was. Most of the people who were enslaved in America, they were in America already. That they just conquered the people here, then they enslaved the people after the war. That's how the slaves were made everywhere of all time and all of history. You conquer somebody, you make them slaves, they work off the debt. But here in America,
Do you believe we went to the moon?
oh, of course not. Yeah, of course not.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, of course not. Yeah, no grown adult.
We've never even been to the bottom of the ocean. How the fuck we gonna go to the moon?
I'm right there with you. And I think one of the reasons why they decided to start going to the moon was because what they discovered toward the bottom of the ocean. If I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me on this. Before Operation Fishbowl, isn't there another operation that happened right before that where they were going to the bottom of the ocean? I know the Antarctica thing is in the background as well, but I feel like there was another one where they were also exploring the ocean around that time.
Remember those people in that submarine that imploded?
Dude. I don't even know if you know how
That's what
on point you
happens.
are. I don't know if you know how on point you are right now. But you know that the dude who is the engineer behind that submarine thing,
Yeah.
he used to
We'll
be
put his ass on there.
an astrophysicist, the engineer. His original plan in his life was to basically terraform Mars. And then in his own words, when I became an astrophysicist, I realized that going to Mars was never going to happen, and so I started making plans for us to build civilizations underwater. This is the guy in that boat thing.
I've seen it like one of those reels on social media.
Right? Isn't that
Like when you're on the wrong plane, so the guy was like he was on the plane, and then the guy next to him was like, "Yo, I just had a free airplane flight to the Pentagon. Yeah, discovered how to run cars on water." He's like getting mad nervous. He's like, "Yo, I'm on the wrong flight."
right? No. On some real shit. I don't know if the engineer was the one being set up or the billionaires were the one being set up, but it definitely was that type of situation where it's like they were giving him a lot of money to fund that thing just so they could set him up, you know what I mean, and kind of destroy all of his research, and it's
you know what else happens when they get tired of people, right?
oh yeah, of course.
When the story comes out, look at R. Kelly. They got tired of Diddy's ass. They got tired of Diddy. They got tired of Bill Cosby. Right? I can't wait till they get tired of Oprah. When are they gonna get tired of her ass?
No, you're 100% right, bro.
Oprah.
No, listen, you're 100%. I was
She's
drinking.
untouchable, bro.
No, for real. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Oprah is probably the only one that we hope they get. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, you're 100% right. Most of these people, they were really on the other side, benefiting this group until they weren't. And then when they stopped, that's when you see them. Yep. You were right about that.
Man. Diddy was the most recent one.
Right.
He must have did something, or maybe his contract ran out. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know.
No, he sued the people who own Ciroc. That's what he did. Did you hear about that?
And that pizza.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah. So he was in a huge lawsuit with the owners of Ciroc about royalties and money and shit. And so he was saying that they owed him that. And so right after that, the lawsuits. Right after that.
We do. He just got old. I wouldn't when you did it, but I said.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'm pretty sure it was the fact.
He just trying to piss them more.
Well, and honestly, I probably do agree that there's something deeper going on behind the scenes that would lead to him suing them. Because why would he just decide to sue them? You know what I mean? Knowing what the hell was going to happen. Yeah, Diageo. It's like I agree with you.
Is up there, right?
Yeah, I agree with you that if he sued them, it's probably because there was something else going on behind the scenes. Because, like, why would you bite the hand that feeds you like that? Like, why would you do that?
Shaq is up there, right?
Oh, man, one more time?
You know Shaquille O'Neal's up there, right?
Oh, I mean, of course. Yeah, of course, man. That boy Shaq out here doing too much dirt.
You know how many companies he owns?
A lot. Yeah, Shaq got to be the richest athlete of all time at this point, right?
Every commercial you see him in, I think he owns that company.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right about that.
He ain't gonna be in no commercial unless you paying him a lot. He must like he owns that or has shares in that company. It's not that he outright owns these companies, but he's
right.
He has a big share of these companies.
Right. So shout out Soul Talk. Soul Talk said that the Diddler filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against Diageo.
Ooh.
Right. Yep. And now he's cooked. That is the end of the Diddler. This is a fact. Buddy is gone.
Bro, what do you think built the pyramids?
I think the same civilization that was advanced and existed all around the world, more than likely based out of America, built these pyramids. That's why the oldest pyramids are in America. You know, so they like and the largest quantity of pyramids are in America. Huh?
Thoth, the king of Atlantis.
Right. Yeah. Thoth. I'm very familiar with that story. You know what I mean?
He was a ruler. Remember, he was a ruler of Egypt.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's what they be saying. I've heard that story before. I have heard that story. I don't know if it's true or not. I've heard the story though.
But what do we ever know is true? You know?
No.
Remember Neo, but the natives, he thought everything was true.
Yeah, no, listen.
The Morpheus came and got his ass.
No, listen. Shout out Thoth and all the people that believe in him. I'm not saying that he's wrong. I'm not saying that he is not real or nothing like that. But I happen to know that a lot of the people who are his followers, you know, of today, at least the people who are, you know, claiming to be speaking for Thoth, these are people that are like channelers. Huh?
Channel people that
Yeah. That's not that I don't think channeling is real, but it's just not my thing. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna base.
I didn't know that he had a following like those believers.
Yeah, there's a dude named Jumvalo Melchizedek.
It's my boy.
Jumvalo?
Jumvalo.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, he seems like a nice guy and he's knowledgeable.
I've been meaning to buy his books, The Ancient Beginnings of the Flower of Life.
Right. You see, and he seems like a nice guy. He seems very, very knowledgeable, but I'm not gonna base what I know is true in history on the channelings of a man that I never, you know, no offense. Like I said, I'm sure he's very knowledgeable, but I just can't base my truth on that.
I like what he talks about when he talks about the flower of life and the heart.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of good stuff. Honestly, it's a lot of good stuff that comes out of that camp.
I didn't know that he really talks to. I've never heard him talking about those or chanting, but I always just hear about him talking about like the flower of life and stuff like that.
Right.
I didn't even know that he channeled those.
Well, at least him and his followers believe that's what he's doing, you know. And he might be doing that. Like, who am I to say he's not? I'm nobody, you know what I mean? So I you know.
I don't think he's gonna channel. I don't think Oprah.
You're breaking up a little bit, bro. You're breaking up a little bit. Yeah, you're going in and out. Yeah. We got the robot voice. Yeah, we got the robot voice, good guy. Nah, it's still robot. It's still robot.
Put my other headphone.
I can hear you a little bit now. Are you there?
Fucking T-Mobile service. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you.
I said, I don't think he channels both. That's like somebody channeling Jesus Christ.
That's how I feel about it. Yeah, that's how I feel about it too, man. That's how I feel about it too. So yeah, but
I have another diet.
you know, I do
Yeah,
feel
thank you.
I do feel like they're very knowledgeable though.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
listening.
yeah. Let me say that I do feel like they're very knowledgeable. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know, when people start saying, "Look, I got this because I channeled this ancient spirit," I'm like, all right, okay, well, go on. You know,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how I feel about channeling. I think it's real to some extent, but I don't know. You gotta be careful. Who's to know what you're really channeling without proof? Thank you.
exactly.
Without evidence, you know.
Right.
Should I say evidence because this thing you can't prove anything in this life. So evidence, I guess.
Yeah, no, and I always judge it based off the information itself. You know, if the information seems valuable and helpful, then I declare it as that, regardless of who it comes from necessarily. You know.
Do you believe in duality of the world? Or you believe in singularity? You believe everything is one? Or you believe in like good, bad, sidecar, shit like that?
I'm probably leaning toward the singular. I'm probably leaning toward the singular idea rather than the duality thing. But you know, I haven't thought about it deeply enough to be able to come up here and declare what I honestly believe about it. But I'm probably leaning toward the
Things
singular though.
connected. So you put one in one. If you take one thing and another thing you put together, it becomes one thing. Right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
But everything is connected. I believe in collective consciousness too.
Yeah, I mean
And they get go ahead.
the scientific evidence would suggest that you know there is a neural net that exists in between all the conscious beings on the planet. You know, and so I don't know how anybody could, you know, even at this point, not fit that into their theory. You know, we are connected on a consciousness level, whether you believe that we're reading each other's thoughts or not. On some level, we're picking up each other's frequencies, period. You know, and this is proven. You know, people can look at the electrical signals that are coming out of people's brains. You know what I mean? And so I definitely agree with you on that.
They did an experiment where they took like 30 to 50 people and put them in like an area with like a little bit of high crime, and they had them meditate there for an extended period of time.
Yes.
And the crime rate went down.
Yes, I bring this example up all the time. I appreciate you for bringing that up. And some people actually did that out here in California, in the Inglewood area. I don't know if they were the first ones to do it, but I know that they did it and it worked 100%. You know, LA was experiencing a super high crime, like every single area of LA was like rising in crime. And then a group of people in like the Inglewood area or like the maybe the North Wilshire area, they got together and every day they were meditating on, you know, peace and low crime in the area. And only in that one area, the crime began to dip. Only in that one area.
You know, it's the most spiritual place in the world right now?
Inside the human mind?
I mean, as far as like geographical.
Go ahead. What is it?
I think now because it shifts, supposedly it shifts throughout time. I think it's Nepal, Tibet.
Oh, right. Well, yeah. I have heard that from the same place that you heard it. Yeah. I've heard that the shifting of the. Well, I'm assuming because you brought up Thoth, and that is the first place that I heard that idea start to be talked about. Like, I don't know if they use the word Merkaba or like the spiritual center of the earth shifts from place to place, and I think that they specifically say it's in Tibet now. So I just assume that you got it from there too.
It seems like shit. The motherfuckers is they can float and all type. They meditate all their whole lives, bro. What do you think you'd be if you meditated every day of your life until you was 30 years old?
That's a good
I think
question.
it'll be easy. I think it'll be easier to connect to the universe around you if you've been meditating that long.
I agree.
Like
Yeah, no, I agree, man. And you know, while I'm
you're not so worried about everything around you. You really get in touch with source.
listen, you know, in a moment of
Thank you
transparency,
so much.
yeah, in a moment of transparency while we're talking about it, and we'll, you know, we'll I'm gonna bring Terrell up next, you know, and I know the people in the chat wanted to get back to the regular conversation, but I'm enjoying this aspect of the conversation, and I wanna add this in.
Wait, what do you want to talk about? Because you was talking about the moon. I don't think we've ever been there. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, hold on one second. Hold on
And
one second.
then-
Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying, bro. All right, so yeah, I do want to comment on what you said. You know, regardless of how knowledgeable I think I am at this, or you know, maybe how entertaining I am, or how funny I could be, the reason why I'm, you know, successful in any way, shape, or form is because of the extensive amount of time that I spend meditating on things. You know, and that's with everything. That's like even my hair. Let's take it to my hair. You know what I mean? I spend time quiet, you know, in my own mind, thinking about what I want myself to look like, what I want my health to be like, what I want my career to look like. And because I do that, I attribute pretty much 100% of my success to that. So, you know, when you ask questions like, where would you be if you meditated all the time? You know, I'm right there with you. I think that if humans spent more time inside their own mind, discovering who they were, then the things outside of our mind would have much less effect on us. 100%. I think that everything that we don't have the ability to do in life is because we are being affected by the outside world. So, you know, yeah. So I wanted to put that in there. You know what I mean? And it's very personal for me because, like I said, you know, my success on here is because I meditate a lot. You know, I literally meditate every single day about what I'm going to do on stream. Like I said, I never plan what I'm going to do, but I meditate about the outcome. I meditate about what I want the outcome to be, and that's why I get the outcomes that I get. You know,
People are always asking, yo, good guy, how the hell you stay so calm when you got these crazy cops going hands on with you, like back to back events? It's like because in between my interactions with cops, let's say I just dealt with 2 cops that went hands on and was, you know, being tyrannical. When I walk away from that situation, I'm meditating as I walk to the next interaction.
right. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I'm rebalancing my spirit. Like, and, you know, I live by spiritual principles as well, like acceptance, integrity, unconditional love. Like I live my life by spiritual principles. You know what I mean? I'm always focused on my spiritual condition. So, you know.
Amen. You know, I'm right there with you, man. Like I said, I don't talk about it as much on here. It's not the most interesting thing, you know, but it is the reality behind everything that we're doing up here. And that's why when I have an
What we
opportunity,
need to talk about is that people are too close-minded to realize that we live in a spiritual world. Everything is spiritual. If you think about something, yo, I wonder how Jim is doing, and then Jim fucking calls you, that's spiritual in nature. When you know what your dog is, when you can tell what your dog is feeling, or your baby that can't talk, everything is spiritual in nature. It's like when somebody yawns and then you yawn. I feel like that's spiritual. I don't know.
oh, 100%. Yeah.
It might be
100%.
because you've seen them yawn. It might be mental, but I believe it's spiritual.
Yeah, well, you know,
You know what I mean?
we could take it as far as saying your ability to see things is also a spiritual experience because you're not seeing stuff. Your eyes are receiving frequencies, and then your brain is interpreting what you see. So either way you shake it, it is definitely that. Who asked that? Harris Seed said, "Is the caller a police auditor?" Yeah, basically. I don't know if that's the term he prefers, but his channel is.
I'm a civil rights activist. Yeah.
There you go. He's a civil rights activist. That's the accurate way. So yeah, go check him out. Good Guy Activism is his channel. So yeah, I just discovered him the other day too. All right, okay. I'm gonna bring up Terrell next. Go ahead. Give us something else, Good Guy. What's the last thing that's on your mind before we go to the next guy?
They was getting me tight saying that we went to the moon, bro. We didn't even.
Right.
How the fuck we go to? All right, so our technology is way more advanced now than it was when we went to the moon the first time. Why the fuck haven't we been back?
Right. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. I always say
They
that.
bugging.
Yeah, I always say that anybody as an adult who watched that moon landing video and thought that was real, you're bugging. You know, I may have.
Wasn't there supposed to be an arms race? So they was like, fuck it, you know. Let's,
Yeah. You know, listen. I may have thought that the moon landing was real when I was in high school and didn't know anything about space. The very minute that I saw the moon landing footage, I knew for 100% fact it was fake. 100%. As a kid.
Bro, they was pressing them. Even the astronauts slipped up. It's like, oh, we never been there.
Yeah. Very.
People run that.
Go ahead.
People run down on them with cameras and mics.
Right.
And I think a guy went up to one of them with a Bible. It was like, put your hand on this Bible and say that you went to the moon.
He got punched in the face.
And cursed him out.
He punched him in the face. He punched him. Yeah.
Yeah, he punched him in the face.
Punched him in the
He's like,
face.
Fuck out of here. You're not gonna get. He said, "Don't you know people are watching, bro? I'm trying to live, bro. You crazy?
Yeah.
Trying to set me up."
Studio. This is the second time today, bro. Come on, man. Please stop bringing up censored topics. All right. If you're gonna bring them up, then censor the actual word. All right, Studio. This is literally the second time I asked you this, bro. Go ahead.
I'm gonna close with this, my brother. I feel like as a species, you know, we go through this, and this could be from Juvenile Melchizedek or like sacred geometry or whatever. You know, me watching those videos and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like, supposedly we go through phases of enlightenment and then we go to war. So like after war comes periods of enlightenment. Like we was in war, then came the Renaissance era. And then we went back to war, and then like the hippies came. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like right now there's a lot of, I feel like as a species, we're waking up little by little. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there that are doing Tai Chi, yoga, you know, fucking focusing on their chakras, you know, listening to binaural beats, fucking Reiki masters.
Bro, do me a favor, man. Just please try to calm down on the F-bomb, bro. You know what I mean? It's like every time you use it, every time you use the F-bomb, bro, we lose. Every time you use the F-bomb, bro, we lose 10 viewers, bro. You know what I mean? It's cool because I'm enjoying the conversation, but just if you don't mind, bro, please.
I got you.
Yeah.
So freaking, is freaking good?
It's fine, bro. It's fine.
Bro. I can speak without cursing.
Go ahead.
So yeah, so I just feel like bro, you just OD. Why do you have that kind of horn in your truck?
Are you talking to me?
No, this guy has a truck. Has a train horn. He has a train horn in his pickup truck.
Okay. Hey, shout out One Public. One Public. Thank you for the ego, man. I appreciate the gifts.
Donations. Gifts.
So
Gifts.
I just want to bring this point home. And hopefully we're waking up, you know, hopefully we're becoming more spiritual. We're getting answers and we're asking some of the right questions, you know what I mean? Where as far as like back in the days, I feel like there was way more sheep, because there's still a lot of sheep out there. But a lot of people are questioning the norms, questioning reality, you know, and looking for answers. So and that's why I enjoy your show so much, because you know, you're not just gonna blindly believe what they're telling you, like, you know, and that's what it's about. It's about seeking knowledge and growing and passing on that knowledge.
Absolutely, man. I agree with that 100%. And like I always say, bro, you know, you're welcome up here anytime, man. Anytime you want to share something with us, everybody go check out Good Guy Activism, man. One of the few real civil rights activists that probably still exists out there. You know, I'm not up on everybody doing this type of content, but most of the people that I watch, you know, they don't make it about civil rights specifically. So I like the fact that he accents that it's about civil rights, you know. Let's see. Shout out all the people that gave gifts. We got One Public with the eagle, LS with the gold coin.
Gifts.
Free My Grandma with 100 and the gold coin.
Donations. Gifts.
Hugo, the Game Boy, and Joey. Joey sent the cheers. The Game Boy sent the loot. Hugo sent the gold coin. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Gifts. gifts,
Spiritual sent the laughing disco. Thank you for that, Spiritual.
gifts,
Ryan sent the flower, the star, the gold coin, and the eagle. I fly like an eagle.
gifts, gifts,
And LS sent the 2 gold coins. Thank you so much, LS. I love and appreciate you.
gifts, gifts.
All right, let's see what's going on in the chat. Oh, we got Zalper. Zalper just came through with the high five for 100 jewels. Thank you so much, Zalper. I appreciate that.
Gifts, gifts.
All right, listen, we're about to wind down, all right? We're about to wind down. I've been streaming since 4 a.m. It's 10 a.m. now, so I'm going to come back. I will come back later today. I know I said that yesterday, but today I mean it, all right? Today I mean it. Yesterday I said I may or may not come back. Today I'm telling you I will come back later today. I don't know what time it's going to be, but we're going to come back with a fresh energy, all right? Everybody that's in the Discord. Oh, we got, what's up, Jesus? Shout out my brother, Jesus. Jesus, I'm making you a mod, bro. I know you don't care about this, and you're probably not even going to use it, but shout out my brother, Jesus, man. All right? Jesus knows me in real life, and he knows that when I'm up here, I'm being super nice compared to how I usually am. Do you understand? All right? Ask Jesus. Compared to how I act in real life, I'm being super nice up here. I mean, it's not even funny. The St. James, thank you for the $5, St. James. I appreciate that, man.
Donations, gifts, gifts.
Yo.
Hold on one second. Hold on. Studio. Listen, bro. This is why, like I said, I cannot be dishonest with you guys, all right? I get very suspicious when you guys hear me explain stuff all the time, but then you still don't get it, all right? Bro, I never said you can't talk about stuff. I said if you're going to talk about the censored topics, make sure that you abbreviate or censor the specific words. You are doing the opposite. You're saying we can't talk about topics, but you're still bringing the words up. Bro, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, dog, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. That's why I look at you guys the way that I look at you. Even though you say you're cool with me, man, I don't trust nobody. All right, I don't trust people. Because at any moment, you just never know. You never know. Anybody that deals with women seriously knows this is a reality. All right? You got to always be on your toes. You can't never trust nobody. They be playing the long game. I'm not saying Studio is playing the long game. I'm just saying it's shit like that. Shout out you, bro. You know I love and appreciate you, okay? You know I do, but it's shit like that. All right? And I refuse to ignore it. It is what it is. Elder, what's up?
Yo, it's funny you bring that up about censoring because
you're about to bring up something censored, aren't you? You're about to bring up a censored because you just came up here to troll. You are
No. What? No. I was gonna apologize because I discovered you like 3 days ago, I want to say. And I asked you about because I saw, I believe, pretty much everything you were saying. And I asked you about, in the chat, World War II. Didn't like that. And so, yeah, I do want to apologize for that. I didn't realize.
No, you didn't want to apologize. No, you didn't want to apologize, bro. You said it in the chat and you got banned. And so you wanted to come up here and say it out loud so you can try to ruin my stream, right?
No, that wasn't even what I was going to bring up. I was going to bring up what you said about the Scottish and Irish.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. All right? So you know you got banned for bringing up a certain thing, and you saying that's not even what you wanted to talk about, but you just had to make sure you came up here and said it out loud, and you think that I am not aware of what you're doing, right?
You started talking about
shut your bitch ass up. Shut your bitch ass up. All right. You ain't slick. All right. You just sick. And you stupid. That's what anyways. I said this really don't even bother me like that. It really don't, And I pretend like it does because I want you guys to not do that so that way our channel can grow faster. But to be honest, you think it really matters what y'all do? You legitimately think that you guys coming up here saying anything is ever going to stop somebody like me? Ha! The fact that you even think that is like, that's the most upsetting part. The most upsetting part is that you think you can come up here and throw some words out and that's going to stop me, right? All right. Yeah, good luck with that. Look, Lunch King, shout out to you, my brother. All right, I'm going to bring you back up when we come back later. My bad, man. I'm winding down. I wanted to make sure I got him in because he hadn't been up here. But of course, just like most of the people, you guys are all trolls, all right? Lunch King said he's going to go live after this too. All right, y'all go. Matter of fact, Lunch, if I was you, I would put your name in the YouTube chat so people know what your name is, because I'm not pronouncing your name correctly for the obvious reasons. So Lunch King said he's going to go live after this. Lunch, type your name in the YouTube chat so people know where to find you at, all right? Shout out everybody in the Discord. I'll see you later. If you want a shout out from the YouTube chat, put your name in the chat right now, all right? Put your name in the chat. I love and appreciate every one of you. I just want to let you know, even the haters, I get irritated by how stupid you guys are. Like, you're so dumb. Instead of proving me wrong, you come up here to try to get me censored. Think about it. That's the weakest shit ever. Like, that is so weak, right? Oh, I'm telling on you. Oh, I can't beat him, so I'm going to try to get him disqualified. You suck. You suck at this. Whatever this is, you're not good at it. And I am. So that's why you're upset. And I understand, bro. All right, I understand. And I'm not mad at you. I'm just a little bit frustrated by the fact that you think, even with your inferiority, you could beat me by coming up and cursing at me. That's never going to happen. All right? Even if you get this channel, think about it. That'll never happen, right? But even if you got what you wanted with this channel, you think that would stop me? I could start a new channel tomorrow and I'm going to be right where I am today. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? This is Lunch King right here, by the way, guys, all right? I don't pronounce his first name for the obvious reasons, but if you guys like Lunch King, if you want to go check out his content, he said he's going to be going live after this. Go follow Lunch King. Fuzzy said double tap the screen. Studio said you should see me in real life. I lost 3 jobs and 2 YouTube channels for speaking facts. Okay, Studio, if you lost 3 jobs and 2 YouTube channels, why the hell would you think I want you to speak freely on my YouTube channel? Think about it. See, you see how you have no like self-awareness. You have no social awareness, Studio, right? You have 0 social awareness. You're like, well, yeah, I was talking about this and my YouTube channel got shut down. Why don't you let me say it on yours? Studio, because you do come in here and you put in a lot of work and you do drop info on us, like it's not just you saying nothing and trolling, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. But again, this is why I said you have no self-awareness, no social awareness. All right? But he said, I have to know what topics are specifically censored to avoid them. Right. So now you're pretending like you don't know what's already censored. It's disappointing. Studio, it's very disappointing. All right. Anyway, if you talk about stuff and they got your channel shut down, why would you be over here trying to do that to me? You know what I mean? Like should I look at somebody as hostile if they're doing that? Like, how would you expect me to approach that? Somebody knows they got their channel shut down, but they're over here trying to talk freely on my channel, right? Right. Do I think that that person cares about me, or do they just care about getting their point across? Does the person care about helping us grow our channel, or do they just care about making sure that they can say whatever they want to say? Very interesting. Very interesting. Right. Linda said use different words for the topics. Linda, but I mean, you think that's his first time hearing me say you can talk about whatever you want, just don't bring the subjects up? You know what? I made up my mind. Studio, you're not a mod no more, bro. I'm sorry. I like you, bro, but you can't be a mod, all right? Again, like you seem like a nice guy. I'm not gonna, hide you from the channel because you keep putting censored stuff like I would other people. You certainly can't be a mod though, all right? I can't trust you. Either that or you're an idiot. And both, I can't, hell no. You know what I mean? Hell no. Again, you know I love you. It's all good, bro. It's all good. But hell no. All right? Hell no. LS said, I see comments a lot get removed because it's truth. I just keep spreading truth. I don't see many comments get removed because they're truth. Most of the time, people's comments get removed because they are spamming or they are trolling. If there is a mod that you see get rid of people for telling the truth, then, you know, snitch on them. All right? Snitch on them. Tell me this person got rid of this comment and they all they were doing is spitting truth. And I will deal with that, you know. I make people mods very easily because I want people who are dropping information to not be, you know, lumped in with all the other trolls. But if I can't trust you whether or not you're a troll or not, then you got to get lumped in, you know. Anyway, if you want to shout out, put your name in the chat. Mystic, I love you. Fuzzy, Linda. Yeah. Again, like I said, Linda, I have never said people are not allowed to talk about anything in here. I always say if you're going to bring up a subject and you know it's a sensitive subject, learn how to talk around it. If you can't do that, then don't bring it up. All right? John Goopster, of course, Studio Web Brain. What's up, Web Brain? Jeremiah, what's up, Jeremiah? Listen, I love it. Heraseed, what's up, Heraseed? LS, thank you so much, LS. LS said, first time here, good vid. However, the mods are removing too many people who are speaking truth. You know, like I said, LS, I don't usually see them do that. If they do that, I have no problem telling them directly not to, because I get very upset when the mods do that. And they all know that. So if you do see some people in there, take a screenshot and send it to me, and I will deal with it, because I get really upset because I want people to be able to come in here and give me meaningful pushback. All right, guys, like the video, please, and sub if you like the content. Also, LS, you know, sometimes I make the mistake of thinking that a mod got somebody out because of one comment, when really there was another comment that they said before that is the reason why they had to get sent back to the lobby. So sometimes it looks like they're being eliminated because of truth, but really they're being eliminated because of something else they said, and the truth was the last thing that they said, and so we didn't get a chance to see it. And you know, it happens. Okay, if you come up here and you declare that I'm rage baiting or I'm trolling, I don't care about what else you have to say. If you have already made up your mind that I'm a rage baiter, then get your dumb ass on. John, can we please stop rubbing it in? All right, John, I would appreciate if you stop that, bro. Okay, thank you. Anyways, all right, you guys be good. Okay, I'll see you later on. See, like, this is the shit right here, right? I look at YOD, right? See, YOD came in here and said truth in UKE. Now, if YOD had been in here, you know, for a while, and he always, you know, is talking about stuff, and I can kind of gauge where his mindset is at, then it might make sense why he chose to say truth in UKE. However, if somebody is smart enough to know that that's a censored word, they're going to try to use the censored word in a way that I don't censor them. So they might come in and say something like truth in UKE. You see, like, what they're doing, right? And they think that I'm not smart enough to catch that. That's the very first word you ever decide to say in here, and it's a censored word. Well, again, and as I have said before, if you guys are not up on what we can and cannot say on YouTube, this conversation is not for you then. You know what I mean? It's not for you. It is what it is. This is for the high-level thinkers. That's it. John said, how is all of history lies? John, I'm talking about history textbooks when I say history is lies, all right? You guys, I'll see you later. Y'all be good. Fuzzy was good, Fuzzy. Linda, I know, just trying to help. See you later. Linda, we love you so much, okay? I really do love you. Fuzzy, we love you. And Studio, you know we love you too. But I got to make sure that, Yeah, no, you can say the word towers, right? If you say towers, then only the people who are involved in the conversation know what you're talking about. But you flat out said the one word we can't say. And then you're like, oh, my bad.